Here I am in this infinite moment, declaring the love within my heart. Here I want to affirm the love of our Divine Mother, who is bringing the truth of learning to love eternally. Here in this School of Love, we are here in gratitude to all divine beings that are opening doors and understandings for everyone. Within the light of our Divine Mother, I will forever praise the truth of love itself and never try to aggrandize myself. I have been small with the size of love in awareness, but within this truth of light, I am the great love, loving with all beloveds, all of us together, praising God. Here within this power, we kneel in gratitude for our blessed opportunity. To our Father and our Mother, the healing that we are receiving within the heart, the remembering that only love is real, loving and giving thanks. Eu aqui vou seguindo, declarando o amor dentro do meu coração. Eu aqui quero afirmar o amor de nossa Mãe, para sempre eu amar. Aqui na escola do amor, eu venho agradecer a todos os seres divinos dentro da luz de nossa Mãe. Para sempre vou louvar e nunca me agradecer. Aqui dentro do poder, devemos agradecer a nosso Pai, a nossa Mãe, as curas que vamos recebendo dentro do coração, amando e agradecendo. To realize that there truly is a school of love. It formulates the moment that you find your yes. Even if it's just originally a very whispered little yes. The School of Love has exactly the teachings that are the most helpful for you in every moment. If you are available to the School of Love in the everyday, it's a different purpose. It's not the purpose of the world. The purpose of the world is to win or lose, do it right, do it wrong, succeed in something, convince somebody of something, be right. The world is that element of illusion that is totally, mostly believed in. But the School of Love has you wake up every day with the acceptance, the invitation that you're going to learn today. You're going to learn something about yourself that you didn't see before. You're going to learn your relationship to situations, to how you see things, how you perceive things, and what the meaning is that you've given to whatever it is. That's the schoolroom. It's a brilliant schoolroom because it gives everyone the equal opportunity of learning and the equal opportunity of serving. Because when you are learning, you are serving. You are serving truly with your heart because you're learning. To want to learn the spiritual truth is the blessing. It's what you came here for, to learn. To learn the truth and come back home. Even though you've already been there and were always there, you forgot. And now clarity comes to the mind and heart, and you realize you are home. But in that, you've gone into the schoolroom of love with a dedication, a devotion. It's what your purpose is. That learning is really what you came here for. But it's kind of like if you get all dressed up to go out and escape into something, you're not bringing the schoolroom with you because you want to escape into some element that you want to forget. And usually what promotes that is the mind that says, I've had a hard week, I need some fun, I'm going to go out and forget everything else, and the schoolroom doesn't go with you. But while you're seeking that pleasure, that escape, the schoolroom of love could have opened up the illumination to see it in its reality. That when you try to escape from your own perceptions and you believe that you have to escape because it's painful, that vicious cycle will continue again and again and again. And it will never satisfy because the sense of escape, the sense of pleasure, is a temporary little forgetting, escape, and then you come back and you're back in the same place again. But the schoolroom of love can take that same situation and you can go into the world to offer love. You might go to the same place, but the intention is completely different. The intention isn't to escape. The intention is to bring love, to bring peace, to bring kindness, and to, I hardly ever use this word, to minister. What does the word minister really mean? The word minister is to take care of, to offer love, healing, nourishment. So even if you go with that intention of offering love, then it's really that everything in the whole evening becomes a learning. And it can be glorious because you're learning and going deeper into love itself. The other direction of escape doesn't want to minister, doesn't want to offer love or be available for that nourishment, because the ego is screaming louder and saying, what about me? What about me? And the what about me and the service can't coexist. One is the pain of escape, and the other is the yes to love. But it is such a blessing to have that schoolroom of love that you can drop into in any moment and be illuminated, be unburdened from some belief that you've carried that now you question. Cast all your votes for dancing. I know the voice of depression still calls to you. I know those habits that can ruin your life still send their invitations. But you are with the friend now in the schoolroom of love and looking so much stronger. You can stay that way and even bloom. Keep squeezing drops of the sun from your prayers and your work and your music and from your companions' beautiful laughter, because you're in the schoolroom of love. Keep squeezing drops of the sun from the sacred hands and glance of your beloved, and oh my dear, from the most insignificant movements of your own Holy Spirit. Learn to recognize the counterfeit coins that may buy you a moment of pleasure and then drag you for days like a broken spirit behind a farting camel. You are with the friend, the light. Learn what actions of yours delight the divine. What actions of yours bring freedom and love. Whenever you say God's name, dear pilgrim, my ears wish my head was missing so they could finally kiss each other and applaud all your nourishing wisdom. Oh, keep squeezing drops of the sun from your prayers and work and music, and from your companions' beautiful laughter, and from the most insignificant movements of your own Holy Spirit. Now, sweet one, be wise and cast all your votes for dancing in the schoolroom of love. I know the voice of depression still calls to you. How do we know that the voice of depression still calls to everyone? It's the temptation. The temptation comes from the agreement that this is real, that what you believed about the past was real. And the mind has to ruminate with it, has to mention it, has to talk about it, has to think about it, has to dream about it all the time. The relationship to being unfairly treated, the belief that you are unfairly treated or that you were unfairly treated, is so enmeshed in the identity that it is truly a leap of faith to surrender it, to want to see the truth rather than the illusion of being unfairly treated, of being the victim of circumstance of the world? Can you deny the legitimacy of being unfairly treated? Can you embrace that basic teaching? I cannot be unfairly treated. Cannot be. And if that teaching is coming from the divine, the truth that has come to your heart, cannot be unfairly treated. What will you do with the relationship to the past except forgive? To hold the perception that you are unfairly treated or that you were unfairly treated is an unfair treatment of yourself. In that moment, you are treating yourself unfairly because you are agreeing with a lie, you are agreeing with a fantasy that was never true of you. You are whole and complete in the light of God. And so you cannot be unfairly treated because nothing can be really taken from you. You are the light and the love of God. That's an acceptance. It's not a knowing, but it's first an acceptance. And in that acceptance that you cannot be unfairly treated, your ideas of who you are going to start to get very thin because you will discover the light that you truly are within you, the love that you truly are within you, and the identity of being unfairly treated will start to fade away because it isn't being revered, it isn't being touted as real. And the world will tempt everyone all the time with projection because everything that you think you then see and it comes back to be shown to you. Imagine that you take the gift of the Schoolroom of Love and you spend the day surrendering your belief that you could be unfairly treated. It comes down to the smallest things. Run out of toothpaste, unfairly treated. It's an automatic response sometimes. For some, not for everyone. Run out of gas. Someone cuts in front of you in the store. Doesn't matter what it looks like. It's the belief that you can be unfairly treated and the perception that that's what it equals. And as soon as you feel yourself being unfairly treated or that you accept that you are unfairly treated, you are completely hooked into like an intravenous feeding into the past. And every situation that you ever judged as being unfairly treated joins with the belief that you are unfairly treated now. And this is why the Schoolroom of Love is so magnificent, because this is your opportunity of being free to deny that you can be unfairly treated by anything outside you, and that the thinking that you are unfairly treated or were unfairly treated is your attack on yourself. Because in that moment that you're thinking about that you were unfairly treated, you are attacking yourself with the belief that you're unfairly treated. You must be unloved. And that's not the truth. Let the love swallow up all of the ideas that you can be unfairly treated. And forgive everyone that you held as the perpetrator of that in any way. And set yourself free from the idea that you could be unfairly treated. The light of God cannot be unfairly treated. You are perfect, whole, and complete in this moment and in every moment. And what gets really healed and needs to really be surrendered into the hands of love is what you believe you see, what you believe that you perceive outside. Because the schoolroom of love, that is your learning, gives you every opportunity to see what you believe, what is running. Everyone that you perceive or you project an idea onto someone of what they're doing or what it means, the missed opportunity is that they're there as a reflection for your own healing. If, let's say, you're in a room, a store, or whatever, and all of a sudden somebody starts speaking really loud, kind of yelling over to somebody else or whatever, and you have a reaction to it. That reaction is your schoolroom of love. The reaction says, what is that in me? Where do I believe that I need to be louder than? Where do I believe that I need to seek out attention or whatever it is that you reacted to? Because that's where the lesson is. That's where the learning is in that reflection. And it's everywhere. It's in the driver that's right ahead of you that is going slow or fast. And whichever one that you have the reaction to, or if it's both, that you have a reaction that you're the good driver and they're the bad driver, that's your schoolroom too. Your schoolroom is the learning that you believe there's a difference in how people drive and what it means, and that one's good and one's not good. It's surrendering it all. The schoolroom of love is just calling you to surrender it all. To look and see that all projection is the learning. It's the teacher. I was looking at making soup. Making soup. You have a recipe or you don't have a recipe, either way. Making soup is there's millions of them, but a perfect example of whether you allow the ego to make the soup or you allow love to make the soup. The soup stays the same, has the same ingredients, takes the same amount of time. But what is its purpose? What is the soup for? Because the soup is just the form. And what are you making the soup for? That's where the healing is, in the intention. And without the intention, then it stays with the ego. So if it's the ego's, it becomes, what are you making it for? You really are fantasizing about everybody really liking your soup and that it gives you a sense of accomplishment. Or you want somebody to like you, so you make soup and deliver soup to them because you want them to like you. Or you make the soup with the ego in charge to prove how good you are. You have fantasies of seeing people sitting down and eating the soup and being very happy and all, recognizing that you gave it to them, and maybe what you're looking for is that they are now obliged to you in a sense. You've cashed in a coupon. But if love makes the soup, love has no conditions. Love makes the soup to serve, but has no calling, no pull to be recognized for it. It's freely given. There's no competition. There's no thinking of how somebody else might make it. It's perfect because it's love. And if the thought comes up of wanting recognition, then you have the opportunity to really recognize this can't be love. I can't be looking for recognition because I'm already everything. If I'm everything, then whatever the recognition would be for the ego. But I'm here to offer love. I make it gladly because it's an offering of love. And it's a learning to love. The soup stays the same basically, except that it's filled with the energy of love, or it is filled with the ego's idea of getting and proving worth. But the choice is always there with every thought that goes into the soup, every idea about it, and the relationship of who and the offering of it. Love without conditions. It's what you truly are, what you are coming back to constantly. Being so thankful that you're already whole and complete as the light of God. And all you're doing is flicking away at the false idea of being someone or something separate. Every beloved that you meet in every day is your learning center of the moment. It's where you learn. It's where the schoolroom opens for you. Keep squeezing drops of the sun from your prayers and work and music, and from your companions' beautiful laughter. Squeezing drops of the sun into your heart because you have everything. Revel in the beauty of everything and everyone and every learning. And then look beyond the form and see the light of God that you're asked to connect with and bless. Keep squeezing drops of the sun from the sacred hands and glance at your beloved. Everyone is your beloved. Everyone is the perfect truth of God. Let your schoolroom of love touch every moment of every day with learning. Everyone has heard the teaching, before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. The form stays the same. Before enlightenment, the purpose of chopping the wood and carrying the water was to gain something, recognition, goodness, whatever. After enlightenment, same thing, chop wood, carry water, but everything is for love. And that is the simplest way of seeing the schoolroom of love. You chop wood, carry water, and you learn. And you rest in the gratitude for the schoolroom that meets you in love.